Okay, so in this little video, I wanted to show you how this is split right here, and I'm going to replace it. I've done this before, but I've had some trouble getting the piece to go into the hose. So I'm trying it a little different this time, and I think it might work a little bit better. Being that it's over 90 degrees outside, that helps a lot as well. So I went to the local store and bought the piece I need, which is this little guy right here, or gal I should say. It's the female section of the hose. It's a 5/8 inch. It will go up to 3/4 of an inch because it has an expandable doohickey here. There's usually a choice between the 5/8 or a 1/2 inch. This one here is the 1/2 inch, and it will not go in that. So you have to make sure you get the right size versus that one, 5/8. I don't know if you can see the difference on those, but there's definitely a size difference. That's what she said. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, well, I cut this off with a branch trimmer. It was really easy. And I've been letting it sit in the sun to get really hot because they're so hard to get to stretch over this piece. Okay, so I've gone ahead and loosened these screws so that I could get this off. And what you want to do first, before anything, is to slide this piece onto the hose. This is really hard to do without somebody to hold the camera. It looks like I need to unscrew it a little bit more. There. Okay, and just slide that up a ways. And then, what I have tried to do in the past is to stick this in here and try to pry the tart over it. Whoops. But you just can't. I mean, it's too flippin' hard. So what I've decided to do is to find something that's cone-shaped. And let's go over here. Been just looking through my garage to find something, and I noticed these might just work. It's not the right shape around. I mean, it's not the same around, but it's small enough to go in the end of the hose and try to stretch it out a little bit. I don't know if I can do this real well, but just kind of stretch it so that the end of the hose is wider a little bit. Well, that's not helping a whole lot, but especially with one hand. But I did that on the last one that I did, and it worked pretty good. Actually, I didn't, but I did it with the screwdriver instead, but then you run the risk of damaging the inside. And then what I did, I took this, sat it up on end, and then put this down over the top. And I don't know if I can get this. Can't even see it. Can't find where I'm at. The shadow's too bright. But just kind of pushed it down from the top. Kind of worked it around, kind of at a circular motion. And it's really probably not going to work with one hand. But I tell you, it was a heck of a lot easier doing it this way than trying to do it with a screwdriver. So I'm just going to keep See how it's starting to stretch? If I can just keep that on the edge and maybe stretch it out a little more with the paintbrush handle, which I'm going to try and do. And put this down for a minute and try, but I can't guarantee that you'll be able to see anything for just a minute, so hold on. Okay, and I'm going to try and get it over the edge. That. Boy, those things are sucky. That's kind of why I wanted to do a video, to see if I could find an easier way to do it. This way seemed easier. And the other way, it took me a couple hours to do the other one. But the last one I did, I used both hands, and it was much easier. I don't even know if you're still able to see anything, but hang on just a second. I know it kind of sucks not being able to see with both. Oh. I'm using the paintbrush doohickey again. I really think that is the key. Just stretch that out, and then before it can shrink back, try and get it over at least the edge. There we go. And then just push down. And then, once it gets down to there, you kind of have to have something else on the edge underneath it. So what I've done is I got another section here. That's the male section. And to hold it, I've decided to screw that on. So give me just a second, I'll screw that on. Okay, I screwed that on. And what that's going to do is keep this out of the way. And then I can put this back down and start pushing again until that hose gets down on there where it should be. And again, I recommend using both hands. Doggone it. Just keep at it, turn it, push. It's almost there. Yay! It's on there, and those things are a pain. Okay. Then you can either take this off or leave it on, doesn't matter. And then slide this piece up to get, now that it's on there, you're probably going to loosen that up a little bit. Well, if it doesn't show it on there, I'll just not upload the video, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. There, loosen it up enough to slide it, and then this piece will still turn, and then just crank it down as tight as you can get it. Get this one down to where it slows. Take this one down evenly. And then gradually just tighten one side the other, and then it's a little tighter until you can get them both tight. It is easier for me to set it down and push with the screwdriver, but you're probably not seeing any of it. A little bit more. Okay, then all you have left to do is to put the washer back in. And that one is done. Now I can go hook up the front faucet, put the sprinkler on. And there you have it.